जय माता चरणं शरणं रमाम्बिके चरणं शरणं त्र्यम्बके. Our own children are the most sacred and pure blessings that enter our lives. The birth of a child is that miraculous moment when the universal mother, the Jagat Janani, imparts a tiny fraction of her own motherhood into us. Children are not merely our continuations, rather, they are sacred trusts, divine trusts placed in our hands by Divine Mother to teach us more about love and patience. We are merely their custodians. We must have the grateful awareness that Mother is our only true solace, and that our children are souls we must wholeheartedly and joyfully surrender to be used as her instruments whenever she asks. When we thank the Divine Mother for this blessing, an inexhaustible spring of love forms within our families and our hearts. Then our children too begin to see us as Mother's blessing. Through her own life, Mother has practically taught us to live by viewing not just humans, but all of flora and fauna in this world as her own children. Just like the stories of Lord Krishna being able to witness many miracles wrought by Mother's divine power is to demonstrate to this world that she is an avatar. Divine manifestations like Sri Rama and Sri Krishna took human form and lived in this world not just for us to witness their miracles, turn them into deities in our puja rooms, and stand there airing our complaints and grievances. While we can certainly do that and pray to Mother, recognizing her as a divine force, there is another dimension to it. Mother took a human form and played her divine plays or leelas before us as a mother for a specific reason, to personally show and teach everyone who attains the sacred status of a mother how to raise their children by viewing them as God's boon. I feel compelled to share the experience of Arumukhetan and Lakshmi Chechi from Malappuram as an example of Mother's unbiased, unconditional love. Arumukhetan and Lakshmi Chechi are disciples who have met Mother and tried to practice her principles in their own lives. When their wedding was fixed, their deepest wish was to have the marriage solemnized in Mother's presence. They prayed to Mother for this. However, the expenses of hosting a wedding there was beyond their means. Thus, their marriage took place at the Malappuram Mandir. Afterwards, they went to Mangalore to see Mother. That day, 2 weddings were taking place there. When those 2 weddings concluded, Mother asked Swamiji, whose name was Gopalakrishnan back then, to bring 2 more garlands. From amidst the crowd, Mother called out to Arumukhetan and Lakshmi Chechi, handed them the garlands, asked them to garland each other, and thus performed their wedding once again in her presence. Hearing their heartfelt prayer, Mother fulfilled it in front of a large gathering without costing them a single penny. If we pray to Mother with absolute sincerity, and if there is a goodness in it, it will surely happen. Many people might have similar experiences. Doesn't Mother teach us through this Leela that a mother should be one who knows the minds of her children without them even speaking? Mother did not just lecture children on right and wrong, she practiced it herself and became a role model. We should only expect from our children what we practice ourselves. When we become such role models, children will intuitively understand and love their mother back. That is exactly why Armukhetan and Lakshmi Chechi, along with many others there, initiated the renovation of the Malappuram Mandiram, saying that this is for mother's cause, so we can ask anyone for help. They sincerely wished to see the mandir beautifully restored before they became too frail to visit it. Today, as a result of the sincere efforts and prayers of many, that has been accomplished. The mandir, which used to leak badly, has been completely transformed with the help of many. They felt this deep sincerity because of mother's unconditional love. If mothers want to see the same sincerity in their children, they must love them unconditionally, just as our mother loved us. Mother's spiritual discourses might not be understood by everyone, but we can certainly walk the path she carved out through her life. There is no need for any lecture to see others, especially our own children, as the greatest blessings given by Mother and to love them exactly as they are without any conditions. Is there? We must introspect whether we are doing this. They are not puppets to dance to our tunes and desires. Mother has entrusted them to us to raise them into good citizens and offer them back into her hands. Mother has shown us through her life how we can enable them through love to become ideal citizens who can contribute positively to this world. This cannot be achieved through comparisons or partiality. Love unconditionally and then be a perfect role model for them. If we want children to speak the truth, parents must first be truthful. Living as a role model is the exact manner we wish our children's character to be, is what Mother has shown us through her own life. Parents are a child's first gurus. If we want to understand and learn from how Mother became a role model for us, we must temporarily set aside her divine aspect and try to see her as a human being. Otherwise, we will find an excuse saying, Mother is a divine incarnation. She can do all that. We are mere humans. Can we achieve that? We must understand that she is the universal Mother who took an avatar to elevate human children to divinity. We need to know how Mother, living as a human amidst household chores, practiced her spiritual disciplines without even her husband's knowledge. We must know the Mother who, even when a flood of devotees started arriving after her Nirvikalpa Samadhi, did not burden the household helps with a single extra chore, but instead cooked food for the visitors, washed their clothes, and arranged places for them to sleep. If we truly know and emulate that Mother, we will be able to love the entire world because we are all her children. Showing gratitude to the Universal Mother for giving us children and elevating us to the status of a mother is also a way of assuring ourselves that we are aware of our responsibilities. This completely transforms our family atmosphere and our relationship with our children into something deeply positive. Instead of the minor anxieties and anger that arise while raising children, when we give thanks for the light they have brought into our lives, a profound peace settles in our mind. A grateful heart can correct even the minor mistakes of children with love and patience by setting an example. Comparing children and showing partiality are things parents should never do. This is because Mother has assigned different roles to every living being on this earth. If our own parents or the supreme power treated us that way, could we bear it? Just as Mother loves each one of us uniquely and unconditionally, we must love our children. Parashakti incarnated in the role of a mother precisely to teach us this. When we love children this way, they will love and respect us in return. Being forever grateful to the mother who gave them to us will help achieve this. Through this, peace of mind and happiness will fill the home. When the thought, these children are the greatest fortune of my life, and Mother protects them by residing inside them as consciousness and the self, becomes deep rooted in our subconscious, our anxieties as parents vanish. This helps provide a more positive and secure environment for the children to grow. It is often said that children are the images of God. Their guideless laughter, innocent gaze, and the joy they find in simple things are direct evidence of the Divine Mother's presence. When we care for our children, we are actually worshipping the Universal Mother herself. It is through them that we learn what unconditional love really means. It is a great mystery of motherhood that our sleepless nights and hard work vanish into thin air with a single small smile from our children. In trying to raise them to be good, we ourselves become better human beings. This is a grand spiritual process that makes us more mature and full of love. When we view our children as the sacred blessing of the Divine Mother, it strengthens our bond with them. Through gratitude, the awareness dawns upon us that children are not meant to be vessels for enforcing our own personal interests, but are individuals who should grow with independent thoughts. We learn to guide them not with authority, but with love and compassion. When we see the little mischiefs of children, when they run and hug us, or when we witness every small milestone in their growth, we must gratefully remember that it is Mother's grace. Thinking, Mother, thank you for making me a mother and giving me the opportunity to nurture this beautiful life, will fill the heart with immense contentment. If we practice seeing boys as Unnikannan, that is baby Krishna, and girls as the mother in her childhood form, from their very youth, and nurture them accordingly, it is those very forms of love that will shine through them. The greatest purity of the universe blossoms in a child's smile. When we honor that innocence, we are living within the embrace of Mother's love. At this juncture, I cannot conclude without mentioning a certificate given to me by Mother residing within my children. After I started reading Mother's books, perhaps due to the deep affinity I developed towards Mother's nature, or perhaps because I observed the noble character of Mother's supreme devotees like Mrs. T. and K. Nair, I tried to bring some of those qualities into my own life. Although no massive transformation occurred, my anger reduced significantly. I developed a trait where I found it difficult to say no, and consequently a habit of giving up many of my own comforts for the sake of others. My children know that it is mother's books and stories that gradually brought about those changes in me. The same nature grew within them as well. However, when they reached college and had to interact with various kinds of people, this trait caused them a lot of difficulties. The shrewdness of others troubled them. Thus, they began to learn the traits required to face the darker side of this world. They practiced being smart where necessary. Then, one of my children asked me, "Mother, it is because we grew up watching you read Ramadevi Amma's books and trying to be a righteous tree, Nanmamaram, that these manipulative people are cheating and exploiting us today. Isn't this also the reason why many exploit you for their own needs and isolate you once their purpose is served?" Children often comment about many people they see around, saying that though they walk around as mother's disciples chanting her name, they look out only for their own interest when the time comes, and no one ever applies mother's principles to their own personal affairs. So, what is the use of chanting so much God? Given that context, even though my son's words sounded like criticism, it felt to me like a praise in disguise, that is Ninda Stuti. This is because he essentially said that by reading mother's books, I became a righteous tree that doesn't fit the ways of this transactional world. I see this as a certificate given to me by mother residing within them. No matter how much goodness we teach our children, we must give them the freedom to say no to us when the need arises. In mother's life story, we have seen how when her marriage was fixed with the Bhagavan and it caused distress to everyone around to the point where it might be called off, Mother herself firmly told her father that the marriage must take place. When necessary, maintaining all due respect to parents or elders, we should be able to say that what is impossible is impossible. And if our children do the same with us, we must accept it also. Only then can they move forward in this world with self-respect and succeed. My children taught me that sometimes we can learn a lot from them too. It was my children who taught me to look someone in the eye and say no to things that are unacceptable. Not just in this, but in many matters, Mother has taught me through them. As a teacher, I have seen how much parents' expectations burden children. It is that experience that prompted me to speak so much about children. Our own children are the greatest gift Mother has given us to fill our souls with love. They are our mirrors. When someone criticizes them, instead of blaming the children, we must first introspect. When we do so, Mother will show us the reasons behind it. When we wholeheartedly say thank you to that cosmic power and to the Mother shining in our homes in the form of our children, our home turns into a temple. Being grateful for our children is proof of our profound realization that we are safe in Mother's hands. May this blessing remain as a light throughout our children's lives. I offer this humble token at Mother's lotus feet. I thank the Supreme Power, Mother, for enabling me to do this today. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone listening to this. I wish that Mother showers her blessings upon everyone. Once again, thank you. Charanam Sharanam Ramambike Charanam Sharanam Trayambage. Jai Mata.